Hi, video 255. I will go through the restoration work. These are my observations. They're not official, they're not the centres. The rear fuselage of Lancaster NX611 work is still ongoing. Dave and Norman, with the help of Terry and Gerard, are riveting the last parts of the framework. Phil's moving on to the top section of the door frame, the bottom skin pinned in place and then ready for painting. Chris is working on NX611 fuselage nose section, removing the skins where possible. He has to make sure the structure stays in place as it's not in the jig. This is still in the pipeline. Keith's working on the wing. Well, he will do when the wing's in the jig. The wing jig has had some progress but is still holding things up. Dennis is working on the trailing edge. All components, the angle boom, the ribs, the stringers and the skins have to be replaced, making it a new structure. He has a jig but no angle booms to build from. All the formers and skins are 75% complete. The French midsection NX611 fuselage, I believe they've gone as far as they can. It's now required to go into the jig. The rear fuselage jig will be modified to take the midsection, but there's a few months before this comes vacant, and then more work will be done on the fuselage. FN5, the front turret from Lancaster NX611, is now stripped down, parts cleaned, checked and painted. Some parts need replacing. The team of Ada and Andy have completed assembling the frame. This will be sent off for a new perspex or acrylic bubble. Have they brought out a modification for that cracked area, which...
Not as such, no.
No. We just have to keep checking it like.
I mean, I shouldn't think anybody bothered to check for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say though, these, because we've got that extra little bit of rib on there, it's probably stronger than the original.
Aye. Got a rib on that edge now, have you?
Yeah, it's like the stringer.
Yeah.
Whereas before it just had like a little flare edge. This has got this bead on it.
And you're ribbing it together today, are you?
Well, not as we're riveting it. It's got to have cupped rivets, so
yeah.
It might not be today. Will be today, will it, Norm? Sorry? Will be today, will it? What? Riveting?
No. It's too hot for cupped rivets.
Cook bloody workers, they mind rivets.
Oh, that was shot sound. Turn that off.
The blister sits on top, and that's the one small one.
Oh, you're on the
that
leading fuselage.
On those section, yeah. Just making up those, and then the blister itself sits in there, yeah. I'm having a 20 of them, I think, all the way around. So,
is the blister bolted through? I don't think it's riveted, is it?
No, it's bolted through those two. Yeah. So that'll sit on the aircraft, and it'll just go in there, and that'll bolt, hold it together. It's a very neat way of doing it, but
it's good.
It's the only way you can do it. If you were to get it off, it needs a slot to hold it. But yeah, it's good. Been entrusted by Chris to do these things.
Got the button on, yeah. So you've got all this side de-riveted, have you? On this section?
Yeah, so...
What about those, have they been checked? The ones you've paint stripped?
We've had a look, they all, so when we drilled the rivets out, we've actually managed to drill them straight, so we didn't mess any of the holes up on the panel or the string. So I've had a look inside them. They're all right to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably use
Not
them.
oversized then.
No, not really. No. So we managed. When we drilled them out, we just drilled the head, just enough into the head,
Yeah.
just to flick the head off rather than going all the way through.
Yeah.
So yeah, done that. So there's a couple that, like I said, this one here is just going to get. We're going to have to make a new one because it's got.
Oh, you want a new one there for you?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
look, it's got patch repair there. It's got one at the top, and these drain holes are a little bit
Yeah.
tacky. So I'll take
It's
that.
not too bad of
I've-
shape, is it?
no,
Ready
but
to
I've-
make?
Not really, no. I mean, it's fairly flat, but I've put it back on just to,
Yeah.
and then I'll mark them all up. Then what I'm going to replace, all the ones at the top, so the top skins at that end.
The top of the when
Yeah.
it's the correct way up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to all get replaced. I mean, the holes where we've drilled the rivets out are fine,
Yeah.
and corrosion-wise they're fine, but there's a mismatch of different size holes for the rivets. So where we've got an 1/8 hole in the former, we've got a 5/32, even bigger hole in the skin, because instead of dimpling it, which is what a lot of them are, they've countersunk it because the skin's so thin.
Yeah.
It's took too much material off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah. It kind of sunk them.
yeah, it's all a bit what's name. So I'll replace all them and put them back to the nominal size.
Yeah.
This strengthening plate under here, there's a rusty plate under there that holds two halves of the frame together.
Yeah.
So I made a new
It's
one.
steel, isn't it?
Oh, Christ. This is that's the drawing
Yeah.
of it, and that's what we made yesterday.
Looks okay. What sort of steel is it? Is it stainless or?
SSS 514. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
So it's an equivalent of what we need to use. Well, I've got the drawing letters, have the part number and
Yeah.
whatnot, but yes, we made a new one of those yesterday. The actual holes for the bolts, for the attachment for attaching it, well, I'll rivet that in and then I'll pick up those holes later.
Yeah.
That's another substantial bit of work done.
How are we doing with all your stringers then, Norman? You're going to tell me you've finished them?
Not quite.
Not quite.
They're all painted.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Got a few more cleats to fit, and then done.
Oh, so when Dave comes back, he'll be ready for skinning.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Oh, what about the 35 and 38? Does it still need a bit more riveting?
I've still got to sort out the backing plate that goes around the back of the stringer to hold the stringer to the frame.
Yeah.
Because it's a different shaped stringer to what the other style is, it tells you can just push the lip away,
Yeah.
but you can't on these.
No.
So we have to find a different way of connecting the stringers.
What will you do? Will you just file it away, or can you cut
Well, I've
it
done that
away?
on some of them, but up there it's too difficult to do. So it makes them so thin, it's ridiculous. So we've asked if we could have a different plate fitted there that's not at right angles, because leave the strength of the bead on the back of the stringer, and then just have a plate that goes across the back of here, rather than going at right angles and doing both.
Yeah.
So well, basically it looks like that. It looks like that thing there. So it's just a backing plate that rivets the stringer to the frame.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
But until we
So you haven't got an L shape of it. It's just
no,
a straight backing.
it's just straight backing plate. But we've made a drawing up and said this is what we've made to replace these.
Yeah.
Just needs the stress man to say that's okay.
Is the stress man easy to get hold of, and does he get his work done quick, or is it a long waiting job in the queue?
I don't know.
Oh, it'll be a long waiting job in the queue.
Hopefully it's not too long. It won't stop us doing skins,
No.
because obviously we can take the skin off and work behind it.
Will you start skinning from the bottom, or where? Is there
I think we're just going to do the port side start off with anyway, because we're still playing with the door and stuff.
Yeah.
But we can only go so far up, because the last four skins,
Along.
say that word again,
Yeah.
are the full length. We haven't got the material yet,
Yeah.
or we haven't got the decision what to do. Whether we're going to go full length or do a butt strap, do a join of some sort. So we don't know yet. They're still trying to source somebody who can produce skin 18.5 foot long.
Morning, Phil.
Hello.
We'll come and have a word with you when you finish outside with your
I'll
doorway.
be back in.
Yeah.
I've cut away.
I saw it.
Have you tried it?
Not yet. No.
I tried an old cleat. It fits.
I'll have a look. Yeah. We've still got one in my pocket. I've had to put my car keys in the pocket now because that was my alarm that was going off in the car park.
Fitted drills.
Ready for riveting.
Yeah, we've got to get some cookers for it though.
So,
Cooking rivet, you know, the ones that cook in the...
oh, you have to.
500 degrees. Then let them cool down. quench them.
Yeah.
No, you just cook them for strength.
Don't you quench them?
All right.
Now, Dennis.
Hi, Nap, you alright, mate?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, not too bad.
Are you measuring the lightning holes to get them in?
Yeah, we're measuring them all up, see what sizes we're going to need.
Oh, you haven't got cutters for these lightning holes
At
yet?
the moment in time, no.
Will you have one made or will you just hire one? Can you hire tools like that?
Not really, no.
No.
No, Bob's going to have a word with Sim. You know, Sim, who does all of like the rolling and the bending and all the stuff we can't do here.
Yeah.
Because she might have some tools
Yeah.
for them. Then whatever she hasn't got, then we'll either have to get made or
Yeah.
we'll have to devise something.
So you haven't got a lot on yet.
No.
So you're held up because of the main spars, aren't you?
Yeah,
And then-
I've been off for a fortnight.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got the French lads here, have you? Haven't you?
Yeah, got French here today.
Yeah. Thanks, Dennis. These are anchor nut strips, they look like new ones they put in. Holes underneath the ring. Yeah, they're all new ones. Alright.
These guys here are the people who own that.
Oh, they're the French
Yeah,
ones, are they?
they're just looking at what the progress is. But they watch your videos.
Oh, do they? Oh,
One said, "Oh, Neville, good man."
right, so I'll come and take him. The French engineers who are restoring Lancaster NX611 looking over how things are progressing with their donor parts, the wing, mid-fuselage and fuselage nose.
Yeah.
Right, so this
First
is...
of all, we've got to put the wing in the jig. Right, and
Yeah.
if you can see on the bottom of the wing, see all the blocks that
Yeah.
they put on the, were there at every rib point.
Yeah.
So to eliminate the sag problem that we
Yeah.
had on the last one, and these will correspond with those.
Yeah.
They'll get pushed into the same position, and then there'll be tack, while the wing's in the jig, they'll be tack welded in
Yeah.
position, all the way down in the right position, and then,
That will stop the sagging, will it?
yeah, it should do.
So I mean, when you say sagging, are we talking about 5 or 6 thou or...
Oh no, it was quite a bit, a couple of mil.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, the way we had it, because when you looked before, we had one here,
Yeah.
and then we have one there.
Right,
So you got 6 foot.
yeah, it's a good 6 foot, isn't it? Yeah.
It was alright while it was laying on there, but as soon as you put the weight on it,
Yeah.
it's surprising because did you see when we had the spar booms out before, how floppy
Yeah,
they were?
Yeah.
We were quite surprised how ductile and floppy they were.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what they do, they were sagging between each support point. But when you look at that picture, you know, that I showed you, the one in the gym, you can see there's one of those blocks at every rib.
Yeah.
So it's
Take the full support.
stopping the sag between the two.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't think you'd get any sag at all between those two, would you? Once you've got the
You
weight
shouldn't
on.
do, because most of the weight is the rib.
Yeah.
All you've got running between it is the skin and the stringers.
Yeah.
And any weight that comes from the spar, front spar, is transmitted through the rib.
Yeah.
So it'll go straight to that. So it shouldn't move at all.
No.
And then once it's in and they're tacked in place, these two beams here, on the previous version we had these kind of locating plates on, if you remember.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been chucked in the bin.
Yeah.
And what we've got now is...
It's solid.
Oh yes.
Oh no, I see.
Yeah, it's a little
yeah.
bit loose.
Yeah, it's
but-
a RSJ sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a box, like a box section.
Yeah.
And the boom will sit on top of this,
Yeah.
which will take the weight of it.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a hole in the right position for the attachment pin.
Yeah.
So there's a locator, so we know it's exactly in the right position.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same with that one.
Oh, I see. You've got one up there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you see that one, it's slightly hanging off because the front spar sits at an angle.
That's right. Yeah.
So we've got to adjust that and then pack it behind so it's in exactly the right angle.
Yeah.
And then tighten the bolts up.
Oh, you've no packing behind it at the
No,
moment.
not at the moment, because we don't know where it sits until you get the wing in the jig.
Yeah, because both faces of the boom will be absolutely flat, won't they? Parallel
Yeah.
and yeah.
And then we've got to cut the holes in that, but those holes there are slightly at an angle, so many degrees.
Yeah.
So we've got to cut them through. So it locates that as well. And then that'll be bolted up, and then the jig, we've got to do the bit for that end to attach
Yeah.
rib 5,
Yeah.
so that lines it in the right position. And then once that's done, we've got to take it out of the jig, put it on. These have all got to be welded
Yeah.
across each.
Tag welding
So
won't be enough for them then.
Not a tack weld, no.
Yeah.
That's just to hold it so it don't
Yeah,
move while
yeah,
we're moving
just
the
one
wing.
splash of
But
weld,
then
isn't
once
it?
it's in the right position, they'll be welded in position. And then these have got to be taken off. Once they're marked, got to be taken off, we drill them, or if we haven't got them, we'll have to get someone else to drill them.
Yeah.
And the same with that one. And then any other things we need to do down that end. And then finally,
There's still a lot of work before you even take a rivet out.
yeah.
Any more rivet
Once
outs now.
but then they've got the added problem with finding something to lift it in, because you've got to have it for when it's actually sitting there and we're positioning, obviously, the two lifting bits have actually got to be here. They can't just lift it in, unclip it and walk away because it's not attached to anything.
Yeah.
And all it'll do is it'll fall over because it sits at an angle, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually got to be supported.
Yeah. So yeah. So what you mean? And that is because none of these holes will be drilled to pop the bolts through, are they?
No, you've got to mark them first.
Mark 'em, yeah.
Then you've got to take the wing out, put it back on the trolleys again.
Yeah.
Take them off, get them drilled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then put them all back in position again.
Yeah.
Then pick the wing up, put it back in once everything's done, and make sure there's no adjustments that are needed.
Yeah, there's plenty of work yet, isn't there, for everybody. For you, think of.
You're probably talking 2 to 3 weeks work.
Yeah. I think you'll have what? You'll have about a year to complete that wing once you've set up. No, a bit longer than that. Yeah.
I reckon about 18 months
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, you'll get somebody will be helping you while they're moving in.
Yeah, Jacob's going to help me.
Oh, Jacob's helping you, is it? Oh, it'll be good for him that way.
Yeah.
You'll teach him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
I've got a big stick.
Yeah. Can we finish on a cheerful note or something?
Yeah, I'm going home this afternoon.
Oh, right, okay, thanks, Keith.
I'm going to watch the football.
Oh, yes. I received a comment from Stephen Hobbs in Australia. Hi Neville, can you ask the guys in the hangar if the combing above the instrument panel was a thing with Tiger Force Lancs? None of the early pictures in the Lancaster at war featured this combing. Must have been to keep the sun off the instrument flying in daytime. Jane has it. Cheers, Neville. I put this to John. John? We think it's those he was talking about.
Oh, the 2 fairings, yeah.
And were they on the older Lancasters?
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't think they were. Perhaps a different shape.
Not sure, I'd have to look in sort of Lancaster then and now, if there's any cockpit shots. I'd be surprised if they weren't there. They're certainly on BBMFs.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
What year was BBMFs? Was it?
It's younger than ours by about a month, I think.
Oh, wasn't the same batch though, was it?
No. Ours is NX series. That one's PA.
Yeah.
But it was actually made after ours. Ours is a Mark 7. This is a Mark 1. But it was made after ours.
Mark 1. So it had the same trouble with the rivets as Jane had then?
Oh, they had a lot of rivets changed.
I myself was not sure what he meant by combing. Was he referring to the different coloured perspex or the fairing above the instrument panel?
That doesn't look like it. Slight difference.
Yeah, just a slight dip. They're not as high, are they, as these? These are a little bit higher shape. And what were they there for? Were they to shield the instruments?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the
sun.
Thing
is that the angle taken of that. It's about the same.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
I'm a little bit lower, perhaps.
If you looked up slightly, they wouldn't protrude quite as much.
They are slightly different, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I think that's what he was referring to. Dave said it would take me into the cockpit to have a look at these fairings or combs. A lot to avoid.
Everything.
Don't want to put my head through the roof.
Obstacle course, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Warm up here.
Can you just take the camera first,
Yeah.
eh? Lovely. Nothing to hold on to there, is it? Oops.
Just sit down and swing your feet over, probably.
Yeah. Almost.
Still nimble for your age, aren't you? I think it was on about them things, you think?
I think this could be it. Whether it's on about this discoloration here,
Ah.
he said it comes back on that panel. I asked him about these curtains,
Right.
and he said they did fit them to the Lancasters right from the start.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I always thought it was just
Yeah,
put
I
in
thought, yeah,
for
yeah.
you know, the passengers
Yeah.
who sit here.
Mm.
But no, I can't see anything else. Watch my head further back and see if that makes it. I've got too much light coming in the camera. Point the camera down a bit. Right, I think we've covered everything the combs Stephen were talking about are these fairings, and as John said,
Put the
they
camera
were
up.
fitted to earlier Lancaster but a smaller unit. Yeah, that's covered that.
Hopefully that'll answer his question.
Yeah, right, thank you. I'll let you go first. Didn't see that bit.
It's padded, or we've
Oh,
got
it's
the other
padded,
side,
is it? And you can take the camera first if you would.
Yeah.
We will make our way back then.
Alright.
Okay. Right, look. When editing this section of video, I thought not many people who watch these videos realise how difficult it is to move around the inside of the Lancaster. The pilot, flight engineer, front gunner and navigator have to climb over 3 obstacles to get to their position, 4 for the front gunner. I'll take you from the door to the pilot's seat. Right, we're in the Lancaster. We've gone through the door and forwards 1 step, up 2 steps, over the radar dome cover and then down 2. 1 step forward, along, up 2. From this point your back is bent over and will be so till you reach the cockpit. You are now over the bomb bay. The mid-turret gun is not in place, but you would have to make your way round it. Along and over the wing flap hydraulic ramp. Then over the rear wing spar. Then you come to the main obstacle. To get over the front wing spar, you have about 28 inches, 72 centimetres maximum room. You have to sit down, bend your back and swing your legs over the spar.
Alright.
Yeah.
Warm up here.
Can you just take the camera first, eh? Lovely. It's quite difficult in daylight to move about the Lancaster. Imagine the young men back in the 1940s in a crippled Lancaster over Germany trying to make the way to the escape hatch or the door. In pitch darkness before being thrown about inside the fuselage with all these obstacles in their way.